Yo, opportunities come and they go. And you either take advantage or you lose. Opportunities come and go. You either take advantage or lose. That is the topic for today's video. So let's get right into it. So, what do I mean by this? Well, think about this. In everything you want, money, power, women, success, a house, a car, whatever it is that you might want, the opportunity to attain them, they come and go every second. No matter what situation you're in right now, those opportunities are still coming towards you. The question is, are you paying attention to the opportunities? Are you taking full advantage when an opportunity lands right in your lap? Right? You see a pretty girl, you don't approach her, right? But then you walk away and or you drive away or you leave the gym or you leave the mall or whatever and you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. Oh man, I should have. Same thing with business. Oh, I should have started it 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Oh, I should have, somebody they told me to start this thing 3 years ago, but I never got down to it. They told me to start this back then, but dang, I didn't believe in it. But now I see that if I did, I could have been doing blah 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 blah, right? I could have been making X, Y, and Z. But before I get really into this rant, right? So, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Duno Clanor, and really, to be honest with you, I'm here to help winners win, right? So, if you're a winner, that means you hate losing, right? That's really the purpose of this channel. Winners, they focus on elevating their lives, and they really want to become more financially free. So, if that's you, continue watching. Right now, before I continue with the video, I'd like to go over what's called the gentleman's agreement. So if you watched 2 or more of my videos, you're enjoying the content, then please subscribe, right? And of course, let's get right back to the video. Now, of course, if you see my eyes darting to the side, it's because I'm reading my notes. Now look, opportunities come and go. I'm going to share a few stories where I've taken L's, where I've learned, where I've improved, and where I've capitalized. That way, you guys can better understand not only me, but maybe you've been through a similar scenario, maybe you've been through a similar situation, right? So, story example number 1. Business. Business, business, business. All right, then we'll get into other areas, depending on where the video takes us. Now, with business, there have been tons of opportunities that I've missed out on. I've lost a lot of money. I've hired the wrong people where I could have hired the right people. I chose to make the wrong decision when I could have capitalized and doubled down and made the right decision. I've also chosen not to listen to myself, and I chose to listen to other people. I chose not to trust myself, and I chose to trust other people. And that also led to me not capitalizing when I should have capitalized, right? Not trusting myself made it so that I couldn't capitalize when I could have capitalized or could have doubled down. So here's an example. Let's go back to 2022. My TikTok started to pick up again. And I was pushing content. And I had an opportunity to double down. I could have kept posting content. And I was booking calls. But I didn't like the amount of calls I was booking. I didn't like the money that was coming in. Like, there was barely money coming in. I closed a client in June, then I closed another client in July, but it wasn't working, right? It wasn't like the types of clients I wanted to attract, right? And so I'm over here thinking like, well, I don't really need to keep doing this. I could just do this business model. I could just do this thing. This is a conversation I've had with myself and other people a lot, which is not sticking to one business model, right? Not capitalizing as much as I could, not taking full advantage of the opportunity that was ahead of me at the time or in front of me at the time, right? And it's a pattern. It was a pattern that kept repeating where I'm like, yo, why don't I just go all in? And I do go all in. But when it's like 2 months in, 3 months in, 4 months in, 6 months in, I'm like, man, maybe it's time to switch. Maybe it's time to do something else. Well, guess what? Me choosing to switch every 4, 5, 6 months into a different opportunity, that was stunting me. That was stunting my growth. That was stunting the growth of my businesses. That was stunting the growth of my content. That was stunting the growth of my personal brand. That was stunting the growth of my mental, where I could have been in a whole different place. But then I've got, friends, I've got people in my network that are lapping me because they chose to commit and stay consistent. When I didn't trust myself, I didn't really take full on advantage when I should have, when I could have, right? And this is a repeating pattern that I had to stop. And the way it started stopping, right? Started to stop was I needed to start really trusting myself. And I needed to really start to lead the situations. Stopped allowing other people to lead the situation. Stopped allowing other people to manage a situation for me. Ensuring that there is no reason, there's no way for me to fail. Right? Making sure, like earlier today, I was having a conversation with somebody that wanted me to get involved inside of their software company. And we were talking about the targets, we were talking about the goals, we were talking about literally, and I'm telling you, these opportunities come. They keep coming. Think about this. I'm getting an offer to be involved in a software company at 22. Now, we haven't really talked numbers yet, but that's an opportunity that's come towards me. Think about that. And so we're talking, and we're talking about vision. We're talking about me moving out there to, they're located in LA. So they're talking about me moving out there to LA. If I'm open to moving and doing, this isn't like a job, right? This isn't like, oh, this is a job. It's more like, you can move out there. It's probably better than where you're currently staying, blah, blah, blah. Like, have you we were just having that type of discussion, right? Like, plans to travel, plans to move, like, things like that. And then we were talking about targets and goals. And I was like, look, even though a lot of people might see my plan, my vision, my targets as, oh my goodness, yeah, sure, it's probably just a dream. I have a dedicated plan. I have a roadmap of what I'm going to be doing at each stage when I get to a stage. What opportunities I'm going to start to do. What opportunities I'm going to start to take full advantage of. Because I already understand. I'm playing a different game. I'm shooting for extremely large targets. And so I understand that it takes a lot of pain, a lot of lessons, a lot of consistency, which I've been very inconsistent over time. But on a long enough period of time, I've been consistent, but on a shorter period of time, I haven't been consistent, right? Like, I've been working out since I was 13, but it was on and off. There are times where I would go for a couple of months and then I would stop and then I'd get back on it. There are times where I went months without working out. But if you look at 13 years, I stayed pretty consistent over 13 years. I worked out every year, right? So it's to show you that over time, as long as you quote unquote stay consistent, I've been consistent, right? Even though I could have been more consistent, I could have been, bigger, like blah, 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 but that's not me. And I'm like, wow. I sat down to myself and I'm just thinking like, yo, I keep getting opportunities, but now it's learning when to say no to opportunities, because the more opportunities come your way, the more likely you are to get distracted from the mission and the vision, right? And so for me, I've mapped out everything I wanted. I've mapped out the plan to get to every stage, 0 to 10 to 100 to a million to 10 million to 100 million, etc. I know what's going to take me there. I don't know how fast I'm going to get there yet, because I also understand I got to learn to hire and manage the right people. Earlier today, me and my boy, we were on our way to the mall, and we were talking about really what really is that generational wealth, right? Because a lot of people say generational wealth, but majority of people, they talk about generational wealth like it's, yeah, I'm building generational wealth. La 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 la. I want to do generational wealth. I want to build this. I want to build that. Great. But what is your actual plan to take advantage of what's in your lap, right? What's in your vicinity? What are you going to take advantage of in your vicinity, in your reach? What's in your reach that you can take advantage of in order to really capitalize and take advantage to build that wealth? And are you building it alone? Are you building with your siblings? Are you building with your cousins? Are you building by yourself? Are you building with all your extended family? Think about that. Because I was talking about, plenty of times my family had that conversation of, oh, why doesn't everybody just put their heads together and start something? And I've thought about it plenty of times where I'm like, yo, we could start something. But then I'm like, it takes the right person to actually lead everyone as a whole. And you also need everybody's respect. So what is it going to take to have that respect in order to lead everybody so that I can, because that's an opportunity that's there, but it's not an opportunity. It's the other thing about opportunities is knowing when to take advantage of an opportunity, right? So much like I could, figure out some way to bring all my family members together, I also understand that when I have access to the capital to make it happen, it'll be much easier to make it happen because I'll have the capital to fund whatever we need to fund. And then guess what? Now they are more likely to listen. Now, when I say, yo, let's actually sit down as a family, what can we do to make the name great? What can we do so that each and every one of you can start to branch out and build other things around the world, around the country, etc. I have a really large family. And I say really large. So my grandma on my dad's side, she had 9 kids, right? 9 kids that I know of. She has others. No, she doesn't have others. He has others that I don't know of. I know one. So that's 10, right? But I know that my dad, he has 4 sisters and 4 brothers. But he also has, so my dad has 4 sisters and 4 brothers that are, all from my grandma, so his mom, okay? But I know that his dad also has other kids. So he has other stepbrothers and sisters. So, but I don't know all of them. I only know one step, right? So that's a large family on my dad's side. On my mom's side, she has 1 brother, right? Now, that's a lot of people because each of their siblings have kids. 2, they have more than 2 kids. A lot of them have more than 2. Not one have less than 2, right? It's like 3 or more than 3, right? And very few of them have 2 kids. So I'm thinking, and my grandma, she's already a great grandma. Think about that. A great grandma. She's not just a grandma. She's not just a great grandma. She's a great grandma, right? Because that's kind of how the family's already extended. And I'm over here thinking like, okay, so what can we do? I already know what we could do. I know that some of my siblings, they want to be pro athletes. Some of them want to be music artists. Not siblings, cousins. All right. So some of my cousins want to be athletes. Some of my cousins want to be music artists. So I'm like, okay. Those are opportunities there. And I understand that as long as I get access to capital, the more capital I get access to, the more I can support their goals. And if I help them, then we can just continue that cycle. I already know my siblings, they're going to be going to college. My brother's already in college, so I know my sister's going to be going to college. They're going to be doing their own things. Will we work together in the future? Maybe, maybe not. But I understand that there's an avenue there. Those are opportunities that I can take advantage of in the future. But it takes the right leader to bring everybody together to make it happen. Right? So that's a little bit of a segue into opportunities. Now, let's switch up the topic. So that's business. Right? So now let's get into interpersonal when it comes to women and stuff like that, right? Right? Relationships. Yo, there's so many failed opportunities, of course, where I've chickened out, of course, because, you live and learn. But there's opportunities that I've taken where I was like, damn, I shouldn't have taken that opportunity, but it's a lesson. But I also understand that opportunities come and go. There's another pretty face every single day, right? But when I say opportunities come and go in that sense, you look at, or I look at the gym. I have the gym. Now I go to the gym at like 2-3 a.m. So there's like maybe 1 or 2 girls in there at that time. But in other scenarios, if I'm at the mall, which I rarely go to the mall, but if I'm out and I see somebody, cool, I'll approach them if I really want to, or if I really feel the need to, because it's grind season right now, right? As much as, some of my boys like to call me out on that and be like, yeah. I'm like, yo, it's grind season, bro. Like, no distractions. But it's absolutely necessary, right? Because those opportunities, they come and go, and you never know who the right one might be. You never know who the wrong one might be, right? For those of you that know, I used to do dating coaching, which was a short period, about a year, less than a year. I did that. I got paid. I got clients. I helped people get great results, which is amazing. Duh, because why wouldn't they get results? You know, best coach in the world, right? Nah, but nah, they got results. I still got screenshots and videos of people that got the great results. Like they would send me pictures and videos, like, yo, bro, like, I got the girl, they were getting better results than me. And I was like, yo, what's going on? Because I understood that I went into the coach mentality where I was just coaching and I wasn't actually practicing anymore. I was just coaching. I didn't actively practice. Then I got back in the game and then I was like, oh, things aren't as they used to be. And when I say used to be, it's like, when you've been out of the game and you get back in the game after a while, the way it is, you gotta like get back up to the level you used to be so that you can go past that level, right? Like the way I used to talk, I didn't talk that way. I was like, yo, why did I freeze on what to say? Yo, why did I not ask? Yo, why did I not say number, Instagram, this and that? So I had to like take a couple of steps back and like, yo, get back into it so that I can start taking advantage of the opportunities. Right now, one thing that I do in my videos, of course, we acknowledge the outfit. I don't know if you guys like the fit, but this combination is brand new. This is the first time I've ever worn this combination, and it looks absolutely fantastic. We've got this blue shirt, right? Long sleeve. It fits great. Like from the side angle, you can see the chest. Like it's a great shirt. We've got the sunglasses as an accessory. You could wear a chain if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't wear a chain with this fit. Maybe. We've got the blue pocket square, looking spectacular. This isn't white. The light is making it look white. It's like a tannish white. But some people, they could call it white, but it's like a tan, and there's like a light line stripes pattern, super light. Then we've got the blue face watch, brown leather, duh. We've got the Columbia bracelet, black shelling, and then we've got the red, yellow, and it's like the same royal blue on this. And this, I'm telling you, this is like a spectacular combination. You could wear this with black pants, blue pants. If you got the same blue pants, but like a navy blue pants, like probably closer to this type of blue. Black pants you could wear with the tan pants that came with the suit, or grayish, like a dark metal gray would probably look clean on this. And then black shoes, maybe brown shoes if you want to wear brown shoes if you're wearing all white. But that's the fit. But I'm kind of derailing a little bit. But to bring everything back to the main topic, opportunities are going to come and go with women, with business, right? I cannot tell you the amount of business opportunities that have come towards me once I started paying attention. And I can't tell you the amount of money making opportunities that came towards me when I started paying attention, right? So it's extremely important to pay attention. Like if you guys got to this far in the video and you're still listening, awesome. Thank you so much. Because I understand that I tend to get sidetracked. And I get sidetracked because I want to really give you guys as many details towards the point as possible, and to give you guys different ways of thinking, different ways of analyzing situations. Because again, opportunities will keep coming and going, but it's up to you to take advantage or lose, right? So you must perform. And the more you perform, the more you will start to notice that effort bends time. So your goal is to never be satisfied. I said this before. The kid who's building an online store at 3 a.m. in front of his computer with 3 Red Bulls and a cup of coffee will be more successful at 18 than the 50-year-old man who spent his whole life doing the bare minimum. So you really need to just be about what you say you are about, right? Because look at it like this. If you need people to support you, you are most likely not going to make it. And so a lot of times you got to let people talk, right? Because a lot of times people will just throw shade for no reason. And that's why champions lose people, and majority of people, they lose discipline. But champions, they just lose people because we realize that there's people we don't need in our lives, and we realize there are people that we need in our lives. And for someone to be in our lives, they got to meet our certain standards because we have extremely high standards for ourselves. And so to share those standards with other people, sometimes it's hard, right? That's why you hear a lot of different influencers, quote unquote, call some people brokies, normies, Jeffries, incels, this and that. Like, they give them all types of names. And the reason is you'll get to a level where you don't want to be around people who aren't like you. You don't want to be around people who just can't talk like you. You don't want to be around people who don't have the same standards as you for themselves. You might keep them at a distance, but they're not close, right? Because sometimes someone is sloppy. You don't want a sloppy person around you. They're out of shape. You don't want an out of shape person around you. They're addicted to something. You don't want to catch that addiction. Unless they're addicted to money, right? had to sneak that one in there. I want you guys to really just pay attention to everything, and even pay attention to my videos. Like me right now, I could say I'm in an extremely stressed position. I don't feel stressed, but it is an extremely stressful position. I gotta pay attention to a lot of ads, right? Think about that. I gotta pay attention to a lot of conversations. Phone is ringing, messages are coming in, people I need to respond to, people I need responses from. It's like the constant thought of, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work out? Is everything gonna go in the right direction? Those is there all the time, all the time, all the time. But I understand that's what it takes to get to the next level. And again, if you made it to this far in the video, you can see that the videos kind of switch directions a little bit, but it's still on the same topic of opportunities coming and going, because this is an opportunity that I've been working on since February, since the last 3-5 days of January, but I could say it started in February. And my goal right now is to make sure that everything goes well, and you can see from the bags under the eyes, your boy is barely sleeping, but is needed. That's where we're at in life right now. This is an opportunity to take full advantage of and do whatever it takes to make it work. Because if it fails, it's on me. If it succeeds, then we know who to blame, right? But I have to pay absolutely attention to everything. The product, the marketing, the funnels, the website, the team members. Some people I barely hear from them on the team. So I'm like, well, how important are you on the team if I'm barely hearing from you? So I have to consider everything. Who do I need to replace? Who's going to need to be replaced? Why should you stay on the team? One of our team members, her house caught on fire recently. Think about that. And so we're a source of income for her. She performs, so of course, we pay her. But think about that. When you become the person who's paying people or signing people's checks or ensuring that they get paid, things like that, make sure that they're doing their job well so that they can continue to get paid, so that they can get paid more, etc. It's a different type of stress, because now that person's livelihood, you're partially responsible. Now, if you don't have morals, sure, you don't care. But when you're a solid leader, you want to make sure that you have a winning team. And so in order to have a winning team, you take care of your people because they take care of you. Don't fall for a lot of these guys out there, that the ones that are ultra successful, that claim that they made it by themselves. Nah, they take care of their people because their people help them get to that level. They take care of the people in their companies. They take care of their lawyers. They give them gifts, bonuses, this and that. Now, not everyone, but a lot of them do. they take really good care of their people, because that's what's ensuring those people stick around. It's really hard to find good people that will stick around. And so it's your job to be a leader, to take advantage of opportunities, to reward them, to give them opportunities to level up. Because when you're after success, you want to be exceptional. You want to be a winner. You want to be a winner amongst winners. You want to be exceptional mentally, physically, financially. Well, guess what? It's not just about you, right? Because it's extremely selfish if it's only about you. Because what you'll start to realize is you're taking care of other people. If you're ensuring that the people that work for you get to their goals, you will inevitably get to your goal. If they have an income, yo, I want to make 10K a month. Okay, I'll help you make 10K a month. This is what you need to do. If you can do this X, Y, and Z, that will help your income get to 10K a month. Think about that. You gotta get to a point where your goals, it's not just your goals. It's your company's goals. And then it's your employees' goals. And then it's your employees' goals. And then it's your employees' goals. And then it's this department's goal. And then it's this department's goal. And then it's all these departments' goals. Ensuring that everything is working as a well-oiled machine. I can't help admiring the colors of this outfit, how they go so well together. I need to get a dress shirt that is this blue, because wow, that would look spectacular on this suit. I have never worn this type of combination before, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I know this video went in a few different directions, but it's because I want to really continue to document the current phases that I'm in, the current lessons that I'm learning. Like, I need to keep force feeding myself information, so that I make sure I'm making the right decisions. Because it gets to a point where you can't just rely on other people as much as you want to rely on them. Because a lot of times, if you're not paying people, they're not going to want to help you, which I understand. Because you're taking up their time that they could be using to make money and things like that. So it's like, you have to make sure that you can do it. You have to make sure that you're able to do it. Because the more that you can do it alone, the more you will start to get better at finding the right people to hand the task to. Right? So if the more efficient I get with advertising, the more I can find somebody else to replace, because I'll know whether or not they're doing a good or a bad job. So leveling up is a process. And throughout that process, as you level up mentally, physically, financially, yada, yada, you're going to start to get opportunities. And it's up to you whether or not you take advantage of those opportunities. It's up to you whether or not you follow through on those opportunities. It's up to you whether you ensure that you get to the next level. Because understand that every time you get to the next level, you are starting from zero again. You get to $10,000 a month. Now you're competing with everybody who's been making $10,000 a month. You get to $100,000 a month. Now you're competing with everybody who's been making $100,000 a month. You get to $1 million a month. Now you're competing with everybody who's been making $1 million a month. And that's how the game is. You make $1 billion. Now you're competing with everybody who's already made $1 billion. C'est la vie, right? That means that's life in French. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I speak a little French. Speak about 4 languages. English, Creole, a little bit of French, a little bit of Spanish, It's needed. I'm going to get better at Spanish. I'm going to get better at French. Because why not? Duh. The more skills you learn, the more money you earn. That's like a killer line. Understand that it's important for you to be consistent. I'm trying to wrap this video up for you guys, but the last thing I'll say is understand that you need to be consistent with all this. Whatever opportunities you take, You need to be consistent on a long enough period of time, on a long enough time horizon, in order for you to truly see the results. Even if it takes 5 years, do it. Because if you take 5 years and you get really, really good, you'll end up making more money than the person who kept hopping from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. I've seen it. One of my boys, he stuck with one thing since February ish, March, April 2022. And he's touching his first million this year. Proud of him. So it's like, yo, stay consistent. Stay consistent. The losses will come. The trial and error needs to happen. But stay consistent. Stay consistent. Yo, that's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys found value out of it. And of course, I hope that you guys love this outfit as much as I love this outfit. So, if you're tired of your current situation, maybe you're tired of starting business after business and just seeing no clear success, or maybe you just want to be able to support the ones that you love and make some extra money on the side for vacations, emergencies, etc. Make sure to subscribe, share this with a friend, and stay tuned, because next week I'm launching something and I hope to make it great. That's my goal. I hope to make it great, and I plan on making it great, but I need to do everything in my power to ensure that it succeeds. And I will. It's needed. It's absolutely needed. It's absolutely necessary. And so, yeah, and once I launch it, you'll find the link in every YouTube video description I have, every past YouTube video. So that's a wrap for this one, guys. I hope to see you on the next one.